Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich coming to you guys with some Company of Heroes 2 action, a 1v1 today on Semoskiy. It's a peaceful day in this little tiny village. Every day like the one before. Little town full of little people waking up to say there's death and destruction and Germans and Americans. Sorry, a little bit of Beauty and the Beast there for a second. So, spawning over here on the western side, playing the Wehrmacht, it is the blue-trunked forces of von Ivan. He's bringing on in Osttroopen Doctrine, Mechanized Assault, and Elite Troops. Starting off with a couple of MG42s as well. His opponent, you know him, you might love him. His name is BartonPL, and he's playing the USF. Now, he's bringing in, of course, Armor Company, Heavy Cav Company, and Mechanized Company. And before this game really gets underway, I do apologize. I put up a game yesterday, maybe the day before, depending on when this goes up. Had some really weird frame issues and sound issues, and I don't know why that is, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Regardless, this is probably going to go up on Friday, and if that happens, then you guys are also going to get the first couple of missions of Dawn of War 3, and you haven't checked that out, I advise you to definitely go along and do that. In the meantime, we're going to see von Ivan opening up with triple machine guns. That's a very, very, very weird opening. And he's going for Mechanized Assault Doctrine as well. So, expect to see a lot of Askrens coming out. Which could be kind of fun, or it could be really, really boring. I don't know which one to go with at this point. Of course, up close and personal against the Riflemen, they'll trade decently well ever since that patch of theirs. But there has also been... There's also been another patch that's come out in the meantime. I admit I have to do a little bit more digging, but I can safely say the UKF got a fair bit of changes in the interim. Trip Riflemen opening up from BartonPL, and these machine guns, I don't know how well these are actually going to do, because of course the whole setup business, and it's a foot race, and the Pioneers make it into the house just before those evil, evil Riflemen do. And hustling out and hustling in, hustling out and hustling in. We do see a couple of strong points established already by the Germans. They have this crossroads locked down, my friends. Completely locked down. So locked down, a mouse couldn't get out. We're not seeing any assault grens called in just yet, which is not 100% surprising, but also not really that normal for him. Riflemen have carved a nice little finger into the German positions, cutting them off from the southern munitions point. Of course, with a mortar coming out in a fourth machine gun for von Ivan, I don't really know what he's doing, but it could be a lot of fun, or it could be complete garbage. With a mortar coming out, these machine guns are going to start to become liabilities. Not even just like minor liabilities, like completely and totally liabilities. Like already, this guy's a liability right here. He's got to retreat. Even facing up against rear echelons, he's going to get maybe one burst of fire off, not even suppressing them. But you know what? It's something a little bit different. I'm not really used to seeing that kind of thing. Americans are taking back the map, though, because of that. Barton is calling GG, well played, but I don't think von Ivan is giving up just yet. At least I hope not. No? Please don't tell me he's giving up. That'd be terrible. Well, 500 to 500. There's still been no American push, and the Germans just continue to make machine guns. What is he doing? Let's speed this up a little bit, because I have no idea what he's doing. He still has his one house over here to the northeastern side of this crossroads here. And we're seeing your fighting position coming out. Okay, so BartonPL is not taking this very seriously either. At this point, both players are kind of like, screw it, whatever. We are seeing an MG42 in the south pin some riflemen down by that fuel point, which is probably the best thing that can happen under the circumstances. Because it kind of forces the Germans to do something about it. And look, here comes an actual machine gun, and rifle grenades coming back out the other direction from rear echelons, and also upgrading with an MG post. So this could be rather deadly. And with a lieutenant coming out onto the post, I don't know what's really going to happen with this one. This is very, very strange. We can safely say that these Pioneers are not going to make it very well. And we have two machine guns circling around to the north of this fighting position. It's facing the wrong direction to get any kind of machine gun fire out. The capture point is being overrun. So maybe this is not over after all. I don't know. I can't say this is the most bizarre opening I've ever seen in my life, though. 5 machine guns. 5 machine guns. And finally some assault grens. Okay, so some legit, actual infantry. And of course they're going to run right into this machine gun if they're not careful. My god, please tell me they're not going to be that foolish. Americans have seized 1 VP, so it's only 497 to 500. So despite the fact that the Germans did this really goofy opening, and a very wonky one, it appears that Barton wants to out-wonky him, and he's calling in an M8 Greyhound. Excuse me, sorry. M20. M8's not been relegated. It's been relegated to a commander thing, hasn't it? I admit I don't see many of them these days, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me how to immediately get a Greyhound. But we are going to see a machine gun coming into this house probably right here after picking up the strategic point, and despite the fact that he's got the strangest army known to mankind, and has a American position locked into his forward area here, Von Ivan refuses to give in. Like John Paul Jones, he says he has not yet begun to fight. Although we are going to see a mortar team get plopped down here. But in the south, okay, here come the assault grants to the south. Pioneers are to the north. So I'm wondering, yep, it's going to be a flank on this position here. MG's going to get set up, and here comes a rifle grenade. Going to do some really good damage, I think, but just allowing these pioneers to get into position. While in the north, we will see the lieutenant and rifleman charging on forwards as well. And the abortive attack falls apart. But we're not giving up on this one yet, are we, folks? So the riflemen have gone and chased away one of those machine guns. But again, in the south, we still see now assault guns being called in a fair bit. Hopping around this map, doing some good work, I would say, at least capping out some points here. The charging M20 is going to be kind of a problem, because there's no machine gun, oh, excuse me, there's no, any kind of, like, what's I'm looking for here? No Panzerfaust, nothing like that. There's no infantry company at all, is there? No, there's not. So Von Ivan is literally just building a zero, like a no-tech attempt here. He's going to lose a machine gun right off the bat. And this scout car is just going to do a ton of damage as well. He just kind of comes in and just destroys things. So bleed like crazy coming out. Meanwhile, in the south, assault grants are facing off against these riflemen. I'm not even going to focus on that utility car for right now. They don't get too upset. And despite the fact that the Americans still have a really, really strong start. What the heck? M20's hopping out and repairing the vehicle? No. Yes, they are. They're repairing the vehicle. Machine gun is, of course, going to bring them under fire, and these assault grants, are they going to do some like weird, wonky assault? No. Probably a good idea. He probably could do oh, he is doing it. He says, you know what? I am tired of this dumb thing. I'm going to get rid of it right now. Question is, can this bunker maybe damage the engine? No, but what can happen is that this mortar will continue to drop fire on top of these bunkers back at home base, and that is a bad position for the Germans to be in, because if the Americans get in there, free, scot, and clear, it's just going to be, you know, pretty much boo-hoo for the Germans. It's going to be a tut mir leid all day, and no one's going to get anywhere. But, and I continue to say this, despite the fact that Von Ivan had such a weird opening, he's now going to control 2 VPs. Although he's going to allow a 50 cal to come onto the field for the Americans, and this spot right here still has him completely choked. Never mind, there goes that 2 VPs. Germans don't even have this position here in supply, but they are at least denying it to the enemy, and that's almost as good. I'm wondering if this means that Von Ivan's actually considering to build a legitimate, an actual, like, intelligent army here? I don't know. Pioneer squad, though, out in the southern part of the map, hanging out, doing his business. And this 50 cal is going to turn into bits, though, if he's not careful. This gun's got an incredible amount of damage potential. You can just see right there, just one tiny little burst of fire, not even getting a full burst of fire and still suppressing them. This is an incredible, incredible amount of damage that it does. In the meantime, though, this MG is going to put some fire down on top of this lieutenant and force him to ground. Meanwhile, the scout car hustles right back into the home base of Von Ivan. And Von Ivan's charging on forwards again. He's going to do another assault grenade thing? I hope not. Maybe he is. I don't know. This is. I really have no idea how to call this one, folks, other than to say that the Germans are definitely behind. It's really a question of how much. Leichte Mechanized Company comes out. Excuse me, Leichte Mechanized Company comes out, and there's going to be enough material, I think, soon for a 222. Another 30 or 40 seconds before we can even call in that 222. But Pioneers are out, so are the assault grens, and this guy's going to back away despite losing of giving actually a lot of firepower advantage to Barton's mortar. Unfortunately, these guys over here are pretty much pinned. This 50 cal only allows this very, very southern retreat point to happen. Not that much time delay coming around over here to the western side for this bridge. But still, the Americans still control a lot of the retreat patterns for the Germans. What if you can get them up right over in here? Maybe... Yeah, actually, you could probably be able to get this group of assault guns right here in the, like, grenade assault, that machine gun. That would push that one back pretty easily. But a 222 is the first call, and I think there's a mine out in the field. Nope, no mine there. Could have sworn I saw some rear echelon mines going out. Guess not. 50 cal's going to do a fair bit of damage, though, too, to a 222. I am wondering, will it just be a massive attack once that happens? Is it just going to be like an all-in? Because he really doesn't have anything else. His 222 is a lot of what he's pinned a lot of his hopes and dreams on. 50 cal in the meantime, though, will get chased back. Thank you very much, Assault Grenadiers, and thank you, Negative Cover, for that matter. So 222 is going to wait to reveal himself to the world soon enough. I'm thinking he might be able to even build... Yep, here comes the second one. So it's going to be a 222 rejoinder, let's call it. 438 to 497. A little bit of a fun game here. Just weird as all get out, but a fun game nonetheless. Is BartonPL going to go for his major soon? No, he's not. It seems like he's just having just as much fun just goofing off as Von Ivan is. It's kind of nice every now and again to see a weird super non-meta build. Unfortunately for these machine gun bunkers, though, what is usually a very, very easy, posh job is going to be, well, blown apart. Now we got two 222s on the field. Are we going to see a charge? Yes, we see a charge of the Light Brigade happening. No real rifle grenades, actually, on anybody. Pineapples, yes, but rifle grenades, no. There's the mine. Okay, that's one right there. And the 222 says, never mind, bro. I'm going to back up. Oh, no, never mind. He's charging again. He figures that there's not more than two possible. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Indeed, he's just going to start putting fire down this fighting position. Probably a good idea right there. The question is, will this allow anything to actually move forward? No, it's just supporting fire down the lane. So there was a mine out on the map. I didn't even know that. Couldn't figure that out. And the Americans are taking some firepower now. This machine gun's going to do a little bit of work. And doing a little bit more work with 222 actually right here, putting some damage out on the M20. I think he's got 13 kills. 13 kills, my friends. The Germans continue to have their beachhead back down to the south as well. They have a munitions point in supply now. Will he build another 222? No, he's building a half-track. Ah, so a half-track with Flammenwerfers, I would say. Flame projectors. Probably a good idea to back these guys off, though. Especially if this thing is now made. Yeah. So a flame projector would be a good idea. And now, but the thing is that these riflemen do have themselves a priest gun carriage coming on out. And a major's on the field at 13 minutes. Riflemen are going to charge on in and realize it's probably not the best idea. You're going to try to take out this bunker, maybe? No, not a good idea there either, folks. But there is the half-track, and there are the flame projectors, so that's going to be there. Be pretty darn good nonetheless. And the smoke grenade is kind of backfiring a little bit. Riflemen are just throwing out tons of pineapple, figuring out just feeding the Germans a steady diet. But for right now, yep, flame projectors are all we're going to see. Now, we didn't see the mine there, but I'm wondering, are we going to see another mine coming out here soon? I do not know. 14 minutes in, just still his mortars hanging out, and all of Barton's troops are right here. The exception of, I think this... Yep, with the exception of that, that's all that's there, down to the south. To the north, however, we're going to see the flame projectors soon. Yes, we are. Problem is, it's not good enough to take out a 50 cal on the M20. So, okay, 222 is going to come on in, and there's the howitzer carriage putting some fire down on the German positions. I imagine we'll see some Sturmgeschützen called on in. But for the moment, this 222 is just going to be entertaining the 50 cal. Do some damage yonder. And here comes the half-track, and he says, you know what, bro? I can take two at once. And he's going to do a lot of good damage here. It's a question of how long he can just hold out. and really how much damage he can take, which turns out to be not that much. So he's going to back away. No, he's not. He's going to get taken out. Germans, though, are going to call themselves a Sturmgeschütz in about 3-4 seconds. Won't be too bad. Obviously not ideal, but the Germans can't really be choosy about what goes on now, can they? No, he's building instead another half-track. I don't understand that one, folks. Maybe that's because he knows he can call it a Sturmgeschützen pretty much whenever he wants to? Maybe. I would have called the Stug in immediately, especially with all this nonsense coming down the lane. But he seems content just to kind of sit tight. And the Americans seem just as content. And finally, a Stug does come out. He reckons that bringing in a half-track is not the best usage of his manpower. At the same time, we see this massive wave of riflemen coming out across the battlefield. And just smoke grenade after smoke grenade after smoke grenade. And assault grenades are shifting back around. Oh no, an MG shifting back around instead. Standoff fire from the Stug? Maybe. Maybe not. I think a nice little army of Stug should be more than enough to push these guys back. I think that'd be pretty good. And calling in a second would be a good idea. What the deuce is going on here? Riflemen are building up a line of sandbags. So they can just defend both sides, it seems. And, you know, since they are, in fact, sandbags, this guy can kind of run them over, which is nice. And now with the machine gun coming in behind, these riflemen are going to be completely and totally caught out. And there's such an innocence in how ridiculous this battle is. In the meantime, the lieutenant is taking a lot of firepower. These riflemen down here are actually getting torn to pieces. Wow. Pinned on both sides. Suppressed or pinned. Would this guy even go down and retreat? There we go. That's one squad getting dropped right there. So Barton's success doesn't seem so ideal right now. He's lost 2 squads of riflemen. Almost in about as many minutes. Now the question really is, can he deflect and delay this bad boy long enough to call in another Sturmgeschütz? Because the immediate prospects don't look good for this 222. Indeed, there he goes, that poor, poor sod. So, who is the better self-propelled gun? Well, there's a 2-to-1 right now, so that's not particularly fair. And I think this guy would give his right arm to bring in some legitimate infantry right now, but no, he put himself in his own position here. And there's going to be priest after priest after priest coming on in instead. And nope, yep, there they go. They're going off to the side. Please call another one in. Nope, he's calling in a pack. Okay, so that's a good idea at this point. A machine gun advantage is in a welter of flesh and bone. Now to the south. Ah, finally, we actually have something that could break the stalemate down here. Destroy all these things in about 3 seconds. I see that mine. OP. OP, OP. Nice. So what minen is he talking about? Was die meinen? I don't know. But here it is. He's coming in to flank the mortar team. And these fighting positions are completely worthless now. This lieutenant can't even do anything. And there's no rifle grenades whatsoever that can be utilized here. But he seems content just to put fire onto this post. And was that a light arty barrage? Oh no, he's calling him right here. Isn't he? Yes, there he is. His own position for that matter. Not sure why he's calling it on himself, but Lieutenant goes down. He's rotating now, putting a little bit of firepower into the fighting positions in the back, and it looks like that pack is coming on in, but not going to get enough damage. In fact, we even have this rear echelon troop just kind of running into the middle of the base. And another Stug as well.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
And the Stug is taking priest shots and just kind of laughing it off. And there's also a machine gun in this church too, so that's not going to end well. We have 3 priests taking on a church. It's definitely the Holy War up in here, guys. There he goes, he's going to get taken out. And of course, Barton's going to go for himself a heavy cav company. And surprisingly enough, despite the fact that the tickets are still really not that far apart, all things considered. Oh, please, fire right there, fire right there, fire right there. Take everything out. No, somehow he cannot hit the ambo despite it being right in front of him. Oh, my friend. Oh, my stars and garters. You know, the Exit Stroke's gonna back up and maybe run over some fools. Well, okay, well, the Major's gonna get run over. He's completely gone. And despite he got another star veterancy for that, so 20 kills on in, and finally it looks like this priest might get taken out. Oh, ammo might get taken out rather. And the priests are finally starting to take some damage here. Not quite enough to really make everything too concerned. It's not been the pack doing the damage, it's just, I think, maybe literally just been this one Stug bringing Von Ivan back into this game. And yes, it is. This is like the craziest game that I've seen in a very long time. Yeah, down to 300 points, but you know it's been 20 minutes and you've been completely and totally bashed for the first 15 of them, so I guess you can't complain too much. This guy's going to put fire enough into this anti-tank gun to take it out. This guy needs to back away. And the Stug just continues his romp around the world. As a Sherman gets called in, though, too, so the nice thing is at least that nobody's going to get to their endgame super tanks too quickly. Now, the negative thing for that, at least for Von Ivan, is that since he's got nothing close to take on that heavy cav finisher, he's pretty much just wasting time until that 230 fuel mark. Okay, one last shot, my friends. One last shot. Okay, it might have been one last shot almost for that entire crew.
We lost a gun crew.
And mortar now gets decrewed, and a lot of the priests are decrewed as well. Looks like at least they've gotten out of their tanks. So even though the Americans had such incredible hold on to this map, they're dithering away their lead just because, out of just goofiness, it looks like. Pack is protecting the Stug more or less. And you see highly lofted smoke grenades, smoke projectors, excuse me, throwing up a protective screen that I think is now going to go in favor of that Stug. Pack, in the meantime, doesn't quite get that first shot off, but he's, he won't be too concerned about that. This Sherman has not even gone for high X, though, either, so I think he's still in good shape. Now where's this guy down here? Okay, he's just kind of trooping back around, trying to get in the rear armor, I think, of this Sherman. And a new pack is on the field, so that's going to be more bad news, I think, for this Sherman as well. He is not getting out of this alive, I don't think. It's either been the dumbest game out of both players, or probably the most ingenious game in his own sense. Yeah, the Tiger tank is now available, but when's the next time that thing's going to get called in? 230 fuel. He's making a bare 30 fuel a minute, so we got another 3-4 minutes before that even is remotely possible. Although the American roster is starting to look pretty slim. That last surviving rifleman squad's getting chased away. The lieutenant is dead. All that's really here is a captured MG-42 and the 50 cal over here to the east. Geez, even the M20's running the heck down here because he doesn't want to be anywhere near the front lines. And out of the rubble of a very, very decrepit German army, we're finding a not well diversified. That's woefully inaccurate. But a not inconsiderable German army. He is not yet controlling 2 VPs, so that's definitely possible for him, but he's got a couple of packs, he's got a couple of pioneers, and if he establishes a bridgehead, he could actually move up here and take this northern VP, for darn sure. Well, this M20's been repaired now, and this guy could just as easily be the bugaboo that breaks the back of the Wehrmacht position. Never mind, he's going to troop up right into at least one pack, and the second pack is waiting and back up. So at least one shot's going to come out. Kadoosh, he's going to try to run away and get taken apart. One more shot should be enough, shouldn't it? No, the shot goes short. And I kind of hated that about these things, that they have that the smoke projectors seem to be just too perfect at their jobs. Priest, in the meantime, kind of turning back around, trying to get another position, another opportunity for another artillery barrage. And in the north, assault grenadiers are being chased away by machine guns and, frankly, too much heavy firepower. But they did decap the north, and that's almost as good. The north does remember. Priests coming on through. We see the Shugs coming in as well. And again, it's a lot of fun just to see these guys in action. It's an assault grenadier special, my friends. Wehr actually really should go down here. There's a lot of firepower being levied their way. If not them, this MG should go down, one or the other. Okay, one more round should do it. And there we go. So the captured MG is gone, which now gives the Germans a big way and a big avenue into the middle part of this map. 3 packs in the meantime. Don't know if strokes are going to be effective enough against the priest to really write home about it. But I know the packs will be. So while the Sherman comes in to throw some AP ammo at this Stug, this pack's ready to throw some heat right back his direction. And I'm wondering now, with that kind of health disparity, can he even take it out? Might be able to. A weird shot gets thrown all the way through, but that's just that target weak point. The high-X round, of course, stuns out that crew for a little bit of time as the gunloader becomes blinded of sorts. And a trip cap has arrived now for the Americans, 222 to 497. And with that, the Americans dropped to just 2 infantry squads. Meanwhile, the Germans have a plethora of infantry. And indeed, this Sherman is going to just get himself decrewed, jumping in and out. Oh, but no, instead we're going to actually see Riflemen taking advantage of the Rifleman defensive structures, building some mines to the south, maybe intending to run some Germans over them, some hapless Wehrmacht troops. Packs, in the meantime, are going to turn to the east to face these priests' positions, holy grounds, if you will, while the Germans will seize a captured U.S. mortar. Shockingly enough, okay, Rangers, okay, I was like, I'm wondering why the Americans are not bringing in any infantry whatsoever. No, it's going to be a devil's den down here, folks. So Barton is just throwing it at a big minefield, assuming that if his opponent hits one mine, he might assume there's no other mines in the area, and that would be a deadly mistake. A deadly one, indeed. But just as soon, he might have to watch out for this late-game Tiga. Tiga on the field would be more than enough to take out surviving Allied army, especially supported by the material that it is. And this has actually been a kind of an oddly amusing game. I was not expecting it to be this engaging. I expected it to be just one of those like goof games that just gets shoved off to the side. And Barton is actually going down quite a bit. He's going to be losing his fuel expansion in just a minute here. And losing that fuel is a lousy position to be in. I guess he needed to really play seriously to the end of the game, at least establish a stranglehold over the map, and he didn't. He just threw all of his troops right here. And one plucky little Stug, one hero among men, came in and took that all away from him. Meanwhile, the north, this utility car continues to be alive somehow, some way. No, that's a new utility car, isn't it? I don't know, but that's a new Tiger, I can tell you that much.
Combat unit ready for action.
And 28 minutes in, despite the fact that he was down such an incredible amount early on, we're going to see ourselves a Tiga tank storming the field. But he's got to watch out, especially his infantry. We'll have to watch out with the new and improved Rangers coming out to be... how do I put this delicately? Well, devastating anti-infantry forces.
Be advised. Ability ready for deployment.
Okay, so we're going to see the Tiga trooping on in to take out these rear echelons, just to put fire into the Sherman. I think the Sherman's going to get distracted. Maybe even loading the wrong material at the spout. No, instead it's the rear echelons that do the first deadly hits. And, yep, Tiga comes on in, and I believe this is where a lot of the American armor just perishes. In a horrible, horrible accident. Jackson's being called, and that's an interesting decision. Okay, Sherman's dead. He was brewed up. That's one. And here's where actually the Tiga could buy it, though. So that's the question. Is he going to be foolish enough to continue to pursue? Oh my gosh, this is a perfect bait. But no, with some sixth sense. No. No. Cats have 9 lives. But you don't, good sir.
We're losing a capture point.
I said strokes are coming on in, so we're seeing... Not even close enough for that. Never mind. I thought maybe we're going to see, because of... close enough pioneers, we might be seeing images of these mines. Check out how many mines there are here. 4? 4 distinctive sets of mines. That's an insane amount. That really is, friends. And this ambo is rushing about the map. I don't know why this guy was so far forward, but it sounds like this guy's going to buy it. Yep, there he goes. He hits a mine, actually, and that goes down.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
Unsurprisingly, mines don't do nice things to ambulances. They don't care what color you are. I don't care what you're wearing, really. Priests are setting up over here, trying to put rounds down on top of this mortar position, but who really cares about that? The Americans are completely cut off from their resources, and all they really have left as a last breath is a Jackson here. Strug kind of like stumbles on forward, takes off a shot, and then takes a really, really big hit, decides to back away. Good decision. And these packs are trooping on in. This thing's the only thing that has to really worry this Tiga at this time. If this goes down, Barton actually might lose. Now, to be fair, he's a great distance up still in ticketage. But this Tiga by itself could just kind of stumble around the map and just destroy everything else here. Priest, in the meantime, where's he going to go? Is there a mine up here? No, there's not. There's a mine right here on this. Oh my gosh. There goes one. Out of control. He goes down. So that machine gun might die, but he died luring somebody to his death. No, he's not being concerned about that. Instead, the Strug appears to put fire into his rear echelon squad. So Von Ivan has revived his chances. Indeed, he's got an army that's twice the size of BartonPL. And that's amusing unto itself. 197 to 435. Germans are coming back down to the south to pick up this fuel point. Good decision there. And now it's the Germans' turn to kind of camp up on their opponent's choke points. Assault Grenadiers are going to get taken out, though, if they don't back away. They decide to finally do so. Tiger tank trooping up to the north. Is he going to slash down, maybe take out one of these vehicles here? I don't know. Would be a good idea, though, I would say. I also know, for a fact, that this Strug is probably going to go down. It's a very, very gutsy play to hustle your... Wow, that's a really gutsy play. Is it not the most vetted up Strug, but at the same time, what? Destroyed engine. Okay, that's incredible right there. So, first of all, medic's running back. But second of all, M20 coming out and going to decrew this Strug, and that's kind of amusing right there for me. In the meantime, Rangers and Pioneers going to get into a flame war, and I believe those Pioneers are going to get walloped if they don't get... Yep, there they go. They're going on back home to base. Good decision there. In the meantime, looks like the Americans are going to try to repair this Strug and use it against its former comrades. I kind of hope that doesn't happen. That's a piece of German engineering. That would break my heart a little bit. And Jackson, in the meantime, comes on up, throws another round down range, and might be able to encourage the... Nope, never mind. Tiga's not going to run away from that. Maybe he is. This is so strange. But a third Strug is on the map, my friends, and these riflemen are going to buy it if they're not careful. And the most vetted up Strug, the Strug that started it all, the hero Strug, if you will. He's got 30 kills now. And this Tiga needs to either focus on the stupid Jackson, or he's going to take, or he's just going to back away completely. I don't know which one. But right now, I don't like both of them happening. And that's now the recruit Strug with a 3-star crew because of the M20 guys. That's an incredible decision right there. And indeed, it might even take out the Tiga. Don't let it take out the Tiga. That would be so sad. Destroyed engine. Death. Death. Strug, in the meantime, might go back to his former masters if the Germans are not, excuse me, if the Americans are not careful. That's what I meant to say. Pioneers need to come up, though, and repair this brilliant piece of machinery. The fact that it's not is a little bit mystifying as well. Surviving priest, the lone priest, the deacon, if you will, chilling over here to the western side of the Americans' base sector. And it's now the Americans' turn to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Recrewing their infantry under fire. Meanwhile, these packs are throwing out tons and tons of damage. And yes, it looks like the Americans are now the ones that have to cower in their holes. Germans are going to get themselves a trip cap. Jackson's come onto the field, but that's not that, incredible, really. And a fully functioning M20 is down here to the south, so the Germans could get themselves a nice little piece of equipment. Meanwhile, the North Assault Grand is going to face off against Rangers, who are not paying attention slightly, and they back away just before missing out. Okay, light arty barrage, though, so could we see the... Nope. Oh, alright, fine. Not quite the effective destructiveness they were hoping for. But 197 to 368, the Germans are definitely back in this game, my friends. And 35 minutes in, I never thought we'd be here. I don't know if you guys did, and if you did, you're liars. The pack's setting back up, and Jackson's going to throw rounds down range. And it's going to retreat just as fast, because it takes one more hit, and it's going to die. In the meantime, all this infantry is going to charge on forwards and realize it's probably the best position to be in. Indeed, the priest is going to try to put some long-range discouraging fire down upon these pack guns. Might even decrew one of them. Yep, they decrews. And the hero Stug is down, my friends. He is gone. He is never coming back. But the Jackson gets blown up in exchange. Now this Stug is nice and close. He's got to make sure he takes out this pack before it is too late. And the question is, will he do so? I think he's going to get another one, another shell around. Main gun destroyed, though, so never mind, folks. He is gone. And these packs are going to go over to the Americans. So just when you think you've seen it all, the Americans are still breathing, just barely. And to hustle these anti-tank guns back to base, and the Tiga is too far away to pursue. Funnily enough, these medics are still on the field. Do you guys even carry guns? Like the Colts, maybe? Yep, they have got Colts. They have those 1911 Colts. The last surviving pack actually goes and blows up a mine by shooting at the Stug. Damages the engine, which means the Tigers now come in to correct the mistake from so many minutes before. No, he's not. Instead, he's going to charge forwards and I think take out this priest. 37 minutes in, 197, 293. The Americans were up by an incredible amount of tickets, but now that is no longer the case. And indeed, we're going to see the Stug try to get repaired and get body blocked by this Tiga. And if I'm the Germans, I'd be trying to either recrew my packs again or build more packs, because that was what got me back into this game. Priest is going to die, though. Charge, my friends, charge. It's a light brigade time. No. No, despite the fact that he should be ending this game, he will not. Von Ivan just wants to hang out and make sure he's got his complete victory here. And the Germans are nowhere close with any kind of... Oh, jeez. Never mind. Almost taking out all the squads. And that's just a shock and awe right there. Pioneers, in the meantime, facing off against Rangers. It's not going to go well for them. They realize that. They know as much as you and I do. They back away. But they're only there just to kind of, absorb some losses, take some time, make things relaxed. No reason for them to even be really that aggressive. And indeed, I heard the machine gun firing, boarded fire. Okay, over here to the south, by this well. And they're right back in the base again. So here we go. We're going to see another stroke maybe get called in. That'd be kind of fun. But right now, we're just going to see these Pioneers getting cut to pieces. And indeed, I think they're going to get picked off. Yep, there he goes. And another one's going to get picked off as well. Another stroke gets called on in, which is still not soon enough to save these Pioneer squads. And it had been... Again, those moments of just idle brilliance, they get taken out at the last second. Another stroke's going to come on in and chase away this M20, I would hope. But at least before these guys get taken out, one more round might be able to do it. Main gun destroyed, there we go. So that 50 cal, he's been decrewed. That ring mount is now without an owner. Is MG42 going to be able to suppress these guys? No, not in time. It gets suppression, but not enough. Indeed, the Americans might be able to seize their fuel back one more time. And this is a great time to drop an RD barrage right there. No, instead it's going to be the machine gun putting fire into the Stug, and the Germans losing a machine gun from this very, very fortuitous priest barrage. And Germans continue to find, lots and lots of mines wherever they go. That's just an unfortunate thing there. Tiga, though, not being aggressive. He doesn't want to go and blow it at the last second. I can't say I blame him too much. Now, this should be, though, a German position. This should be taken out almost immediately, and it's not happening. And indeed, we will see the Stug and Priest combo has decrewed the pack to the south. And a little bit of a silly game here just continues to go on. Drop the RD barrage, my friends. It calls to us. There we go. We're going to back away, but it's not going to be in time. First round's going to come in right about now. There we go. And a grenade assault might be enough. There you go. That's one get decrewed. And the other one's going to get decrewed as well. Yep, there they go. That's another decrew. And the Tiga is now got 2 gadflies. It's got this guy, who's now dead, and this pack right here. So if he can manage to kill both of them, I believe the Germans have won. Of course, he's just kind of, you know, lollygagging his way around the bases here now, isn't he? There we go, that's 1 decrewed. The Rangers can jump on it, but I don't know why they would. Indeed, they're going into this howitzer carriage, so 1 more shot will get rid of them as well. Out of control, so there goes a Ranger squad, so all that's left is 1 vehicle crewed out of the south. The Stug, who is now possibly going back to the German side of things, a couple rifleman squads, and a recruit AT gun. Oh, and 2 Stugs. So won't that be fun? Oh, both AT guns have been recruited, so this Tiger's actually got to be a little bit cautious here. And indeed, we will see 1 Stug come around from the north. Where's the 2nd Stug, or the 3rd or 4th, whatever you want to call it. He's all the way up here to the north. His Pioneer squads are repairing him quite a bit. Stug right here has the chance to be a hero. What can he do? Doesn't decrew 1, and indeed he's just going to kind of find himself between a rock and a hard place, I believe. Rear armor hits. Nope. Okay, another ambo goes down, so that's a good enough damage right there for 1. And the Stug goes down, but I believe he should be able to be... That's a dead AT gun right there. So again, it's going to be one of those games where it looks like the riflemen are going to try to come in, recruit, decrew, recruit, decrew, recruit, decrew, all day, every day. And both players are kind of just gasping for breath. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. 197 to 136. What had been very much a German defeat is now looking like a potential German victory. A very, very potential one. I'm not saying it's going to be yet, because Lord knows I'm not going to be for sure on this map anymore. Tiga falling back to the south, and these packs are chasing after him. But every single time the Americans get themselves a little bit of position, I would say that there should be another German squad moving on in to pick it up. So right here, for example, is a German position. Now,
a capture point is under attack.
Both Stugs are moving on in, though, against these anti-tank guns, and really, the Americans can't lose this squad right here, although he doesn't have the munitions for it, and he can't lose these anti-tank guns. If they get taken out completely, well, then that's all she wrote, folks. So I'm actually kind of surprised. Oops, okay, well, these guys are going to get taken out. And that's unfortunate right there for them, I think. Oh, no. No, they make it away. Another mine to the south, though. The Americans are reestablishing their minefield. They're kind of very, very poor man's minefield, but a minefield nonetheless. And von Ivan realizing finally that his victory is dependent on having any pioneers to repair his armored troops. Well, that's going to be it for him if he doesn't do it otherwise. S minefield going down in the center part of the map, though, and 43 minutes and 30 seconds on in, we see more and more riflemen getting called to the fray. But oddly enough, none shall see the shadow of a Pershing. Which is just fine by me, because I'm very, very ticked off by the fact that every American picks Heavy Cav Company and then picks that stupid Pershing at the end of it, of course. 197 to 106. We're trooping closer and closer to the end of this match, my friends. And how many ambos went down? So 1, 2, 3. A 4th one died over here. So at least, I think, 4 ambos? 4 ambos so far, I think. Not 100% on that one, but it's still a high, high number. Shooks in the meantime getting savaged by those double packs. And these pioneers, again, just kind of doing what they do to kind of just slow down and keep back the enemy pushes here. Luckily for this pack, luckily for this Stug, these packs don't see him. And that's just really, really lucky right there. Do the Americans, in fact, see those minefields? Okay, they know they're there, but they're actually not going to be able to call them out at all. Tiger, in the meantime, 27 kills coming around to the south to assist against these kind of gadflies. They're going to go into this house? No, instead they're going to try to get next to the house, but there's not enough space. Indeed, it needs a bigger domicile for those rifleman squads. At the end of the day, though, they are not going to be another day older. They're going to be taken out, just as I believe this Stug might be. And there it goes. That brave, brave Stug is now dead, giving time for the Tiga to get into position. But the Tiga will not press his attack. Now, it could be fun. There we go. There we go. And there goes the rifleman squad. So Riflemen going up in a screen to the north might be playing Minesweeper with their faces here. Indeed, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. 5 men enter in. How many will come out? I don't know. Oh no, grenades going in. Okay, that's one right there, but that's still a lot of losses to take. That would not be the best idea for me in the long run. But he appears he is an uncaring god. He does not worry too much about his troops' lives. And who does? I mean, they're just digital men after all. Pioneers, in the meantime, going up against the 3-star squad of riflemen and are pay for it with a lot of their lives. Riflemen, in the meantime, charging on forwards just to continue to take back the central position. In the north, this machine gun continues to kind of just chill. And I think these Pioneers will get in here just in time to prevent a cap. No, they don't. They don't get there in time at all, folks. My fault. I called that one incorrect. But they will be there just in time to bring in some fire and flame against those riflemen. Indeed, against these rear echelons as well. 194 to 74. Germans now losing tickets for the first time in a while. And some artillery rounds coming along. Not quite enough, though. And the Pioneers to take back this position. I believe that's going to be all she wrote. I think that the Americans really should tap out at this point. There is the couple packs that they do have. But even if they take out the Tiga that's been just haunting their dreams. Well, first of all, he can call another Tiga in super easily. Second of all, even if he loses the Tiga, well, loses another Stug, he can call another Stug in and still call in another Tiga before there's any kind of fuel problems whatsoever. You know, 75 plus 230 is still not 334. Stug is going to be haunted in the meantime by these dumb packs, the captured packs. Pack rats, if you will. And we're going to see Rifleman Squad do go down. And I don't know how that happened, but they set off another mine with their dead bodies. Grenade going out, machine gun crew going to get walloped. And there they go, they get chased off the field pretty darn easily. Rear echelons in the meantime. Okay, they're going to find themselves chased off the battlefield by a late arty barrage. Suppressed. Not quite enough to take them out, and that's very, very fortunate for them. And the Stug is going to get repaired over here to the southern side. Now, will this be enough of a push back by the Americans? Excuse me, by the Germans. I don't know. I think this Tiga needs to come in for one last kind of huzzah charge. Of course, this M5 mine needs to get picked up first. Oh, and here we go. So we're going to see a half-track coming on in, and a P-Grand squad as well. And that's a good bit of firepower to bring at the end of the game here.
We're down to 50.
Be kind of fun. So P-Grand squad can charge on in. They have enough firepower to put the infantry to flight. And the fact that this Tiga has not been trying to engage this Jackson is a little bit disturbing. But you know what? At least for right now, the Pioneers have removed that offending mine from across the river crossing. So that's just about as good for them. Americans will go and seize back this central position. Now, the question is, Von Ivan, will he push or will he not push? I don't know. As of right now, we're just going to see a machine gun to the north. Keep these riflemen nice and pinned completely.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
And it appears that the Stug has charged on in, and with the help of those P-Guns, he will decrew one of those packs. Will he get the other one as well? I don't know, but this Stug is probably going to go down unless the Jackson gets removed. There goes the Stug. P-Guns in the meantime do decrew the AT gun. And that's a big win right there. And now the ammo goes out. That gets taken out. P-Guns are put to flight, but who cares at this point? It's just scraps of troops left on the battlefield. And yes, there was a little bit of damage being done to the Tiga, but it really shouldn't be enough to break them. Rifleman squad to the north is chased and put to flight. Pioneers coming on forwards, and they can just flame Riflemen like crazy. No, they don't. Instead, the Tiga puts a couple of rounds into the anti-tank guns, so they're not used against the valiant German forces ever again. The Jackson, in the meantime, throws a couple shots at the Tiga, but who cares, right? Again, he can take this guy out. That was not going to matter. 50 minutes into the game, they're 187 to 49, so 1 to 1 to 1. And the P-Grens don't have what they need to have, do they? No, they don't. The combat promotion in, but my friend, I would want to be alive so that combat promotion gets recorded in the books. Not going to happen as things stand currently. Again, This Tiga could get taken out and it still wouldn't matter. He could lose the Tiga right now, and it would just be, yeah, who cares? You're going to recrew this AT gun? No, you aren't, because you're an intelligent boy. Well done. However, the Tiga now knows that Jackson is facing him with his heels. And a very, very opportunistic pickup? No. No, 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 no. It's going to be the assault brands coming on in, throwing grenades out, separating some of the squads from their homes. Round slams into the Jackson. There's only a little bit of health left. There goes the Jackson, and I think that's going to be it, folks. 187 to 48. Assault grenades don't quite go down, and now the Americans have one rifleman. They actually just have an ambo now, so I think this is going to be it, folks. We just speed this up. And there it is. Yep, Barton surrenders. In a crazy, crazy game that went back and forth after the stupidest, wonkiest start in the world. The Germans win, somehow, 187 to 46. It's been here on Semoskiy, guys, and if you haven't seen it, you wouldn't believe it. But wow. Wow, what a crazy, crazy game. Thank you so much for being with me for a part of it. And I will see you guys all soon. You all have a great day. Take it easy. This is Conor Works signing.